everybody, it's Dawn Kuhn, the Mental Health Mom. I'm so excited to be online right now. It's been a while since I've given an update, and I wanted to take a moment and just let everybody out there know what's going on. I know we have a lot of new people following our story, so I wanted to take a minute and just sort of catch everybody up. As you know, I found out last May that my two sons have been misdiagnosed and wrongfully medicated with mental health disorders for about 5 years. We began a non-invasive treatment method called neurofeedback training. Both boys completed 60 sessions of this, and we've had some fabulous news since then, which I'll tell you in a minute. One of my sons is still completing some visual process therapy, and that's going really well. But I wanted to just take a moment. I've had several people PM me and ask me for an update or what's going on, and I have to tell you, I haven't been on in a couple months because if I'm being totally honest, I've been decompressing. I have been waiting for the other shoe to drop, so to speak. I've been working really hard with my therapist to accept the good news that my sons are drug-free and that they're going to be okay. But it has been tough to accept because of everything we've been through the last 5 years. But I'm here to tell you that the other shoe never dropped. I have nothing but good news to share today, and I'm just excited to get on and be able to, with confidence, say that I really think things are going to be okay. And it's the first time that I've felt that in so many years I can't even describe. So that's sort of what's been going on, is I've just been taking a couple months to soak it all in. I've also been working really hard behind the scenes on the advocacy side, sort of the advocacy work of what the Mental Health Mom is trying to do. Have submitted letters and emails and our infomercial and anything I can get my hands on to over 40 different media outlets and TV shows that would relate to the message of increasing awareness and trying to change the laws for our minors in relation to psychotropic meds. So about 40 or so shows and media outlets. I have written to and called every single state and national lawmaker for my district and my state, both on the, I keep saying state, but on the state level and the national level. I've also written special letters in Texas to the Texas Committee on Prescribing and Dispensing Controlled Substances. I've also written special letters to every member of the Texas Committee on Health and Human Services. So we will see what happens with that. I'm kind of like, I can be a bit of a stalker, and these poor lawmakers just haven't seen it yet because I'm giving them the opportunity to respond on their own. But get ready, because if they don't, Stalker Dawn will take over. I'm just kidding, sort of. Some other good news is that we have reached 500 followers on the Mental Health Mom Facebook page. And that may not sound like a lot, but you know, our message, those of you who can relate to me, sort of the mental health mom world, you know, it's a very specific audience. It's not like, you know, it's a website of cute puppy videos. I mean, very, very specific audience. So we've reached 500 followers, and I'm not advertising, so that's fantastic. Also, I'm excited to say that of all the videos we've done, we've reached about 30,000 views total on all the videos. And again, I'm not advertising, so that's really just people sharing the message. So I think that that's fantastic. I think we have a long way to go, but I think we're starting to sort of see some good results and catch on, if you will. But most importantly, I want to update you on the boys. Okay, so we finished our neurofeedback in about the middle of December, and truthfully it takes a few weeks, 3 to 4 weeks they say, for the brain to sort of settle after the neurofeedback sessions, because you know the brain gets a little jumbled as you're retraining it. So the boys are now past that, and I wanted to wait for an update until they got past that so I could see if their brains really did settle. And I'm here to tell you they really did. Like, things are calmer. My oldest son, Adam, who was misdiagnosed as bipolar, who's my real social kid, I've been homeschooling him the last 2 years, and I'm happy to say that he is back in public school with all of his friends. He's making straight A's. He is dealing with the normal stresses of middle school, kids and hormones and testosterone and getting made fun of and those kind of things. He's taking it all in stride. And this is a kid who used to be so sensitive that if anybody said anything to him, he would be depressed for days. And now they're calling him pencil neck and Dumbo because he's kind of got big ears, and he's totally taking it in stride. And I cannot tell you, well, I can tell you because many of you who watch this have kids with mental health disorders, and you know that the smallest things can set them off. And I'm just not seeing that now. Adam is dealing with things just how a, everyday teenager without a mental health disorder deals with them. And I just, like, every day I tear up because I'm so excited for the life that he's living now. It's the life he should have been living the last 5 years. He never should have been through what the psychiatrist and the big pharma put him through in the last 5 years. I can tell you that Adam has lost 25 pounds in the last couple months, and that is because the med that he was on kind of sort of causes weight gain and a bigger increased appetite. But just the fact that a 100-pound kid has lost 25 pounds in a few months, I think speaks volumes to how much the psychotropic big Mac Daddy drugs he was on was really affecting his metabolism and his body. I mean, that's a lot of weight. That's like 25% of his body weight. That's insane. But he's just doing fantastic. Then my youngest son, who was misdiagnosed with ADHD, he also has some pretty serious visual processing issues. So while his neurofeedback is over, which we use to treat his anxiety, he's still undergoing some therapy for the visual processing. So his brain is still a little jumbled, but I can tell you, the neurofeedback was treating his anxiety, and his anxiety is down like 1,000%. We were outside playing the other day, and my neighbor was outside, my best friend, and she said to me point blank, I have never seen Alex talk as much as he's talking today. And she's been my neighbor since he was a baby. And that just spoke volumes for somebody that's so close to him to recognize how much more open and free he is, because the anxiety is lifted off of his shoulders. Another huge success for him, which unless you know him, you may not think this is a big deal, but those mental health mamas out there, I know you're going to understand. He's 12. And he does have high functioning autism, but he used to be just riddled with anxiety. Like, this is a kid that wouldn't go upstairs alone. He wouldn't shower in his bathroom upstairs because it was too far away from everybody else. Just riddled, debilitated with anxiety. And the other day he said, Mom, when you run Adam to karate, which is really in our neighborhood about 2 or 3 miles away, he said, I want to stay home alone. I want to prove to you that I can stay home alone for 15 or 20 minutes and not be scared. And I was like, what? Like, who are you and what did you do with my son? And he did. He stayed at home. And when I went to pick Adam back up from karate, he stayed at home again, and it was dark outside. And this is like bigger than, us putting a man on the moon as far as I'm concerned. His anxiety is just down 1,000-fold. Now, interestingly enough, while Adam has lost 25 pounds, Alex has found those 25 pounds. Because the med that Alex was on wrongfully, Focalin for his ADHD that he didn't have, actually curbed his appetite. So he was super, super slim, too slim. And now that he's off the meds, he has gained the 25 pounds and he looks, about where he should be. And again, I just say, what kind of drugs are they pumping our kids full of that is jacking with their metabolism that bad? That is just wrong. It's crazy, lunatic, wrong. And, as a result of what I'm seeing with my kids, I am more angry than ever. I am the maddest mama bear on the planet, because I cannot believe that the quality of life that my boys have now was robbed from them for the last 6 years. Why? Because the laws in our country, the laws do not protect the minors. I go in, I say my son's a little hyper or he's having some anger management issues. I fill out a questionnaire. They spend 10 minutes observing. They're put on psychotropic meds. And I go back every 6 weeks. They start having side effects from the meds, but the psychiatrist can't tell me if it's from the meds or side effects of the disorders that they thought they had, but they don't. And it just became this machine, this vicious cycle of changing meds and upping meds and dealing with side effects. And their quality of life was nothing. It was just nil. They had to be pulled from school. They had to be homeschooled. Not that there's anything wrong with homeschooling, but it wasn't an option for us. It wasn't a choice. You know, my son was hallucinating. I mean, all these nutso things. And now they are just like two normal kids. And I'm so angry at the fact that they lost 5 years of normalcy in their life due to misdiagnosis and being wrongfully medicated. Our laws have to change. We have to protect our minors by exhausting all non-invasive testing methods like the brain map and treatment methods like neurofeedback, like auditory and visual processing. All of these things that can help our kids without the drugs. The drugs fried my kids' brain. They went through detox, they went through withdrawal. We're still trying to get their systems back to normal. Like, it's just insanity. And they never had to be on them. And I'm angry. And so I'm more dedicated than ever to the advocacy side of what we're going through. With that being said, we've got some things on the horizon. On Wednesday, I'm actually going to be taping an interview with a local news reporter, Channel 2 here in Houston, Haley Hernandez. She's the medical reporter, and that's going to be an interesting interview. I will post the link as soon as it airs. I've also been asked to be a keynote speaker at a mental health summit that's coming up in October. I'm going to speak back-to-back with Dr. Caroline Leaf. For those of you that have done any research at all into neuroplasticity and retraining of brain waves, you've probably heard of Dr. Leaf. She's a world-renowned neuroscientist. Every word that's comes out of her mouth is like 30 letters or more. She's brilliant. She's written books. She's in high demand, and I get to speak back to back with her, which is quite an honor. So I'm really, really excited about that opportunity to speak at that conference in October. So I'll keep you posted on the lawmaker side and how we're doing and trying to get in front of some of our Texas legislatures, because as you know, the insurance laws are at the state level. So lots of exciting stuff going on, but I just had to jump on and give y'all an update. Like I said, it's been tough. I've been waiting for the other shoe to drop, but it hasn't. And I'm so excited that it hasn't. And I wanted to share that feeling of happiness and hope to everybody out there watching. So, got some surgeries coming up this year, a couple, probably 2 for sure, possibly 3. I'm gonna have my knee replaced next month. That's first on the docket. But just know I'll stay in touch and let you know what's happening. I appreciate all of your support. Yay for being over 500 followers and 30,000 video views. And I just hope that you guys have a great rest of your day, a wonderful weekend, and thanks for all your support. Take care until we talk again. Bye-bye.